Yo, what's good, people? I go by the name of Killer Beezy, and today we are here for a quick video, man. What I hope is going to be a quick video anyway. So, earlier on in the week, we done a live stream with iLackSkills and MSD. Big shout out to those two guys, where we were talking about, being in the content creator program from a content creator's perspective, and from obviously another content creator that's not within the program's perspective, talking on behalf of like majority of the community that feel like the CCP members kind of separate themselves from the community when it comes to when it comes to a bunch of different things and whatnot. And it was a really good debate. It wasn't unhealthy. It was really good. It wasn't bad from a perspective of us talking all over each other or arguing. It was nothing like that. It was actually the complete opposite. It was a really good conversation. Ilac explaining his point of views, me explaining kind of my point of views, and then MSD kind of in the middle ground, obviously agreeing and understanding where, sort of when both points were being made from either side, while obviously giving his own feedback. So it was really good. And one of the things that I brought up in that live stream was that despite how much things Kabam have or haven't addressed, one of the things that I really didn't agree with was the situation with Captain Marvel, which within the Abyss. Now, I haven't actually done my Abyss run yet, so I haven't had any kind of dealings with Captain Marvel. However, that does not mean I'm oblivious to it. I did mention in the stream that I didn't agree with it. I couldn't see how that was bugged, and they've addressed the bug and they refused to give people compensation, but they had the nerve to give out compensation for maintenance. Yeah, I was just like, that don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. So it's now come out today that Kabam have actually announced that they are aware of this and they will be giving out compensation for this, which is good. I don't ever want to downplay this. That's really good. But Kabam, considering that this is a game that you guys run, like Kabam, the Kabam team get paid to make sure they stay on top of this game, to make sure they keep the game running, to make sure they, well, let's not say keep the community happy, but to kind of work alongside the community to help shape the game into what it needs to be for the best experience of the players. Because if the players are not having the best experience, then who's going to be playing your game? So, this is something where I feel like going forward, these are things, Kabam, that are, it's 101. It should be one of the #1 rules about creating any kind of game. If something in the game has been released and it's not functioning correctly and it's causing people stress and more resources, and you then become aware of that and then you fix it, please be on top of this and announce this and address compensation for this before the community have to kick up a fuss, before the community have to go on an outrage and have posts in forums shut down and whatnot. Please, man, because we as players, we play this game. We play this game to enjoy it, yeah? It's not a player's job to take time out of playing the game to have to go above and beyond. And I'm not just talking about a report in a post, because a lot of people will, based on feedback that I've seen, a lot of people will take time out of playing the game and they'll create a post in the forum or add to a post in the forum where it says, oh, this is an issue. But then it doesn't get responded to, or it gets shut down or taken down. And then it becomes a case of, well, now we're having to fight you for you guys to address and compensate us for something that you guys released that was not working how it should have been. That's not fair in the community. At the end of the day, let's put it very bluntly, right? It's not the community's fault that something comes out and isn't working correctly. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, so when the community is going into these experiences and experiencing a really hard time because something was bugged, and then you fix it, please, going forward, do not then tell the community that there's going to be no compensation. You know, please have a heart. Like, I know not a lot of the staff obviously play the game, or some of the staff don't play the game, but for the staff that do play the game, I'm sure you guys can appreciate how, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sure the staff will appreciate how underwhelming it feels to go in and have a really hard time and then hear that actually it wasn't supposed to be like that. And then you're thinking, okay, cool. Well, I had a really hard time because there was something wrong with the fight. And then to hear, okay, well, we fixed it now, but we're not going to be giving anything back to the people who really struggled in it. It's not fair. It's not fair, man. And while I'm happy that, you know, this has been addressed and there will be compensation going forward for those of you that experienced the Captain Marvel movie fight while she was bugged, it shouldn't have taken for the community to go into an uproar, for the community to be compensated for something that wasn't working properly. It doesn't make sense. Come on. So please, man, it's definitely a dub, but it would have been more of a dub if Kabam could pick up on these issues. You know, you guys have all the data. You can see how many people play what parts of the game. You know, you guys could clearly see how much people went into the abyss prior to the Captain Marvel movie bug being fixed. Please, man. Next time there's a bug like this, please address it correctly. And please, before the community goes into an uproar and brings it to your attention, please just, you know, spot a problem, even if it is via the community bringing it to you. If the community bring forward an issue and you have to look into it and you investigate it and you find, okay, actually, yeah, this isn't supposed to be working like this, please factor in that there has to be some form of compensation for people that have struggled because the fight wasn't how it was supposed to be. Please, man. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to discuss, because obviously it's something that it didn't make sense to me when Kabam said that they wasn't going to do anything about that. And, you know, I definitely felt like we needed to speak on it, especially because we addressed it in a live stream earlier during the week. The only other thing that we've got to talk about is the boycott. There isn't really much to talk about. I'm not down with the boycott. I mean, I'm not a leader of an alliance, so I don't really have a say in whether our alliance boycotts or not. But it's not something that I'm supporting. I feel like even though there hasn't been much in regards to talking about what is actually going to happen going forward, we've had forms of communication with Kabam where we know that we're expecting something. Yeah, so we're not sure what that something is yet, but we know that it also doesn't happen overnight. I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram just because I don't necessarily agree with changes or whatnot. Obviously, us as YouTubers and content creators, we have a platform where we can voice our opinions, and I just don't think that every time or majority of the time that things happen that, you know, a group of individuals don't agree with, and this is no disrespect to anybody that feels like they want to boycott or feels like what's happened so far warrants a boycott. You know, everybody is tended to their kind of own emotions and their own response to Kabam's actions. But me personally, I don't think this warrants a boycott, in my opinion. So that's where my stand is on the boycott. I like Skills made me laugh saying that it's not called a boycott no more, it's called a cheater cot. But anyway, let me know you guys' thoughts on below. Let me know for those of you that, if any of you in the comments below did go through the Captain Marvel fight, and you obviously did do it while it was bugged. Let me know if you guys are happy that you're receiving compensation for it, or let me know if you kind of feel like, well, yeah, we're getting compensation for it, but why is it taken for all of this to happen before they've agreed to compensation? You know, let me know. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys, man. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are staying safe. You take care, and I'll see you guys next time, man. Peace.